Hello, and welcome to another episode of Living Well with Dr. Mike. I'm your host, Dr. Mike Cockrell, and I want to thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. Listen, today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 natural ways to improve your sleep. So, getting a good night's sleep for most of us can be very refreshing and rejuvenating experience. However, for millions and millions of people across the world, a good night's sleep just seems to be out of reach. So, people of all ages across the globe suffer from occasional insomnia. Some suffer from chronic insomnia. Now, insomnia is basically a condition that interrupts your ability to either fall asleep or stay asleep. So if you're suffering from this sleep disturbance, you may be a little hesitant to turn to the harsh medications to help you fall asleep. So what I want to do today is I'm going to share with you 5 tips, 5 natural ways that you can actually help improve your sleep. The first one is to eliminate caffeine. That morning cup of coffee seems to be a staple beverage for so many people. However, caffeine is not just in coffee. It can be hiding in the sodas you drink, the teas you drink, and even in some of the foods you eat. While eliminating caffeine out of your diet 100% may not be possible for a lot of you, if you try to limit your consumption of caffeine to the morning time only and get it out of the rest of your day, you may see that it helps improve your sleep. In fact, Prevention Magazine tells us that ingesting caffeine even 6 hours before bedtime has been shown to have a negative impact on your sleep cycle. So, pay attention to the caffeine and start working back on some of it. If you got to have your morning cup of coffee, that's fine, but then be done with the caffeine after that. The next thing that seems to really help from a natural standpoint to improve your sleep is exercise. Not only does exercise help you maintain a healthy body weight and better mental outlook, but a Sleep Foundation study found that those who exercised were less sleepy during the day and they slept better at night. While a new exercise routine may leave you a little tired at first, regular exercise will give you more energy and help you fall asleep quickly at bedtime. This may have to do with the chemicals that get released by the body when you exercise, because the neurotransmitters released by the brain during exercise seem to have all sorts of beneficial properties, and improved sleep is one of them. The next natural way to take into consideration is meditation. Meditation has a restorative effect on the brain, and there are tons of benefits that meditation can have for a person. Many of these benefits include reduced stress and a better ability to cope with the difficult issues that are going on in one's life. Meditation is also great for insomnia. In fact, a Harvard study found that mindful meditation helped many people combat insomnia. It involves a relaxation response in those who participate, helping them relax enough to fall asleep quickly and stay asleep throughout the night. If you're not familiar with how to meditate, there are all kinds of guided meditation audio programs available online. In fact, I have done a couple of programs on meditation on my blog at livingwellwithdrmike.com. Feel free to go back there and search for the previous topics that we've done on meditation so that you can figure out what works best for you and get that meditation into your daily practice and make it a routine, a daily habit. Okay, the next way to improve your sleep is through sleep hygiene. Now, sleep hygiene is a practice to help you sleep better at night, and it has to do with all of the environmental cues that are going on around you. These environmental cues should be taken into consideration for sure if you aren't sleeping. And here's the top ones. One, use your bedroom for sleep and sex only. That's it. No electronics, no iPads, no iPhones, no TV, no music going on all night long. Get rid of the electronics because they do not allow your brain to settle into a good deep REM sleep at night, and they're going to constantly be disrupting your sleep pattern off and on all night long. Next is to keep that room dark and quiet. Try to get rid of as much of the light as you possibly can. Studies have shown that even something as simple as a tiny night light in the corner will disrupt your normal circadian rhythm. It can alter your melatonin production from the pineal gland. So get that room as dark and quiet as possible. Keep your room cool. We know for a fact that you sleep better when you're cool and comfortable. If you're hot, if you're not comfortable at night, you're going to toss and turn and you're going to disrupt your sleep all night long. Have a good mattress. If you're not comfortable, again, because your mattress is poor quality, again, you're going to not have good sleep. So you may want to consider getting a better mattress. And then set your alarm clock away from the bed. That's going to serve a couple of purposes, as we'll see in just a minute. But keeping the alarm clock away sort of helps keep the light out of your sight, and you're not so prone to turn and wake up and be watching the clock all night as well. Um, the next thing, number 5, that you really want to focus on to help improve your sleep is to get up every morning. I mean, don't just get up, get up at the same time. So, getting up at the same time every day and avoiding naps throughout the day can help your body begin to follow a more natural circadian rhythm, and that will actually help you sleep better at night. There are really two elements that are important when it comes to getting up every morning. One, stop hitting the snooze button. Train yourself to get up at the same time each and every day. If you hit the snooze button once or twice or 5 or 6 or 7 times, ever how many that may be for you, you're not really effectively training yourself to get up. And if you're getting up at all different times, you're going to keep your circadian rhythm a bit out of sorts. So if you know that you need to get up at 7:30, don't set your alarm at 7 o'clock hoping you're going to wake up, and so you can, or actually don't set it for 7 o'clock just because you want to snooze. Set it for 7:30, save yourself that 30 minutes of interrupted sleep, and then get up when it rings. If you truly want to get up at 7 o'clock and you're not getting up till 7:30, then you just need to make sure that you set your clock for 7 a.m., and when that buzzer goes off, get out of bed. If you have to move your clock away from the bed so you're forced to get out of bed to turn it off, that's beneficial. But you got to get yourself into a normal pattern. And I can tell you from previous experience, if you do this for a week or two, you're going to find that it just becomes natural for you and you just begin to develop a little morning habit. So stop hitting that snooze button. And the second part of this is no naps. Now, if you're not used to getting up in the morning, and this may be hard for you to think about, but napping can throw you off for sleeping at night because you're simply not tired enough to get to bed on time. So if you are struggling with your sleep and you're not resting well and you're not getting up on time and those kind of things, avoid the naps. If your sleep pattern becomes restored, and when you get your sleep pattern restored, if you want to take a nap, it's perfectly fine. In fact, I think it's very beneficial. But two things to keep in mind with your nap. Typically, your nap should happen between noon and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Early in the day is when you should nap. And for 10 minutes to about 30 to 40 minutes is probably about all you need to sort of refresh yourself. If you do too much of a nap, and if you do that nap later in the day, it's going to affect your ability to fall asleep at night. So skip that nap if you're not sleeping well. Avoid the caffeine as well, because you wake up feeling groggy. The first thing you do after you wake up from a nap is you have some more caffeine. So I'm going to have a little cup of coffee to pick me up, and now you've disrupted your cycle all over again. So skip the nap, avoid the caffeine, and then stay up so that you can actually be tired enough to fall asleep and get a good night's sleep. Now, you've got an arsenal of information that should help you fall asleep faster at night with the things that we've discussed so far. And remember, finding what works well for you may take a little time, and you may have to play around with some of these things. Not everything is going to work for you, so find the ones that work and focus on those. So, if you don't get things right the very first night or two, don't just give up. Most of these strategies have been proven to work. They just take some time. So give them a few weeks and you should see that your sleep begins to improve, and you'll get better rest. You'll feel better. You'll be in a better mood. Everything gets better when your sleep gets better. So I hope this information is beneficial. I invite you to check out other information that I've put together at livingwellwithdrmike.com. You can check out my website at drmikecockrell.com and also at thefrustratedphysician.com. I would love for you to connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/Living Well with Dr. Mike. I would love to hear some feedback, take your questions, whatever you need me to do. Feel free to touch base with me and shoot me a message on Facebook. Listen, I hope this information has been beneficial, and I hope you can put it to good use. And until I get a chance to talk with you in the next episode, I pray that you have a great day.